Devereaux!
I'm Mr. Devereaux.
What's that humming mean?
Beethoven's Fifth.
I never said I was more than I am.
Welcome to take 2 of episode 59 of Kiss Meets the Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, a guy that has to edit these piece of shit videos that screw up all the time.
And I'm Too Much Coffee Man.
And I am also here.
So,
I tell you what, Luke is Vinnie Vincent, and we're the Invasion.
yes.
What are you guys doing in my living room?
And Luke is officially better than Mark Slaughter, he has found out.
I spent a lot of hours in deep thought when I should have been working, but work is for the weak.
No work for the wicked. That was a deep thought.
It was.
Okay.
All the It's getting deeper all the time.
That's what she said. Okay, so there is an anniversary today. Which the anniversary is what, Brandon?
Kiss.
Chaos. Is this
Played their
first show with Iron Maiden?
73, Coventry, a.k.a. Popcorn Club. 1973, they did 2 shows to 20 people.
I would love to know the set list. Do you happen to have it?
Some footage of that is on Kissology 3, all the footage from one of those shows. I don't know which one.
Now, didn't they release, like, on the first Kissology, it was just Deuce, right?
Yes.
And then, did they finally release the full version?
Yeah,
You said 3?
It's on disc 3. It has,
right.
I think it's the last disc, the last thing.
Technically not the full show since they played 2, but...
Right. Well, and I don't know if it was like their first show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they played. I don't know this, but I'm sure they played numerous shows at the Coventry.
And they didn't play or put Life in the Woods on the video, did they? I don't think so.
No,
yeah,
it's not there, so it's probably a different concert.
They probably didn't want it on there. It's probably another one of them songs that they're embarrassed. I love it. It was such a different type of Kiss song. You know, I know it was early in the career, and they were still sort of, it kind of had that Wicked Lester sound still, but Kiss, because you had Peter doing his thing and Ace, and, I guess at the time, that would have been considered their big song, like how Rock and Roll Night is. Because, you listen to the live recording, Paul's, guess what song, and trying to get everybody to, participate and all that stuff, and so you can kind of tell that was the song that kind of got everybody moving, which is probably why they played it twice. I'm just guessing that they played it twice because I don't even know the set list. Do you have it?
The first set that night was Deuce, Watching You, Love Her All I Can, She, Simple Type, Keep Me Waiting, We Want You Beside Me, which is also Life in the Woods, Let Me Go Rock and Roll, Firehouse, and Black Diamond. And then the second set was Deuce, Love Her All I Can, She, Life in the Woods, Simple Type, Keep Me Waiting, Let Me Go Rock and Roll, and Watching You. So,
nice.
Yeah, they didn't, it's sort of odd. They didn't do God Gave Rock and Roll to You. They didn't do Love Gun. There's so many songs they left out. I don't understand.
That's weird.
No New York Groove.
No, they didn't do that either.
Or Talk to Me.
Jeez.
Right. You'd think for sure they would have done that.
Jeez.
And,
Show must suck.
The video that's on Kissology, I don't think Eric Singer or Tommy Thayer, either one, was on there.
I thought Tommy filmed that one.
Maybe, yeah, that's probably it. Tommy filmed it, and then I think Gigi was the one that helped Peter put his outfit on that night. Yeah.
Makes sense now.
Sure does.
Speaking of Peter, it's been announced that he's making another appearance in New Jersey. What's the event?
HorrorCon,
HorrorCon in Jersey, and that's in March. You said
March something or other.
March something or other. Mark your calendars.
May, or no, May is the Indie Expo.
Yes,
But yeah,
yes,
March is also Horror Hound. So
yes. At the end of the
which
month.
one do you think we'll be going to?
Yeah, Horror Hound. Especially they just keep adding more and more people, man. Little off subject, and being an old school wrestling fan, they just added Sting to it.
Did they really?
Yep.
Oh my God! Wait till I tell Kat, because that's one of her favorite wrestlers.
Yeah, she's gonna flip. Literally. As soon as you tell her, she's just gonna be like, boop.
Well, I mean, Peter Criss is not going to be there, but Scott and Charlie's going to be there from Anthrax.
Yeah,
so
I'm really excited to meet them.
I'm really looking forward to that. I don't know anything about the autographs and the charge, the prices and all that stuff. I don't even know if that's on their website yet. Didn't see it the last time I looked, but
usually it seems like everyone's anywhere between like $20 and $50 at the max. Somebody like Sting, it may be a little more, but and maybe even the photo op, but it's kind of worth it for certain people like that, because it's like, how many times you gonna have a chance to meet them?
Well, I hope that Sting sings "Every Breath You Take" while he's there. But getting back to the Peter Criss thing real quick, he's going to be there all 3 days, and I don't know why I'm promoting this, because I'm not going. And he's doing a photo op and autographs, I'm assuming. I didn't see anything about details of that either, but I don't know if any of that video will ever show up on YouTube or not.
Well, it probably will, but the whole time you'll hear Gigi like, now pictures, now video. And that's probably the photo op, is Peter will be sitting at a table because she'll tell him he's too tired. And then she'll like have her hand up in front of the camera. Oh, God. If Peter ends up being at the Indie Expo, that is going to be the funniest part, is seeing Gigi there with him.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Gigi Allen?
Yes. Gigi Allen was a better person than her.
Now that's saying something.
Oh, I kid. I guess.
They call you Nicole Kidman, don't they?
Speaking of expos,
Nicole Kidman.
Yeah. She is going to be at the India now. They've announced the next Kiss Expo, which is put on, the same guy that just did the Atlanta. He announced the next one for Nashville, which is in June. Vinny is guaranteed. Well, he's booked already to be there. So, not sure if he's only going to do that guy's events, or if they can try to get him for Indy, if they even do try. I mean, who knows? But I don't know. I think Nashville might be a little bit easier to try to get to. I mean, it's definitely drivable. It's not that bad of a drive. I think like 6 hours tops, something like that. 6 to 8, whatever. It's not that bad of a drive. But at the same time, it's like, because with the Indie Expo being at the beginning, well, like second week or whatever of May, and plus it's 2 days, I mean, that right there, I'm going to be tapped out after that.
Yeah.
And then the Nashville thing, I think, is at the beginning of June, too. It's one thing if it was like more at the end of June, but I don't think it is. So, scheduling's a little tight on that, and let alone you got all the people that's going to be, booking their Kiss Cruise tickets, and the hotel rooms for the Indie Expo, and now Nashville too, I'm sure, and all that. I mean, it's a lot of crap. And then all these people that have already done the vault, that are waiting to go do their experience, like whether it's Cleveland or wherever. That's a lot of stuff. And between like what, April, May, June, like basically 3 months straight of stuff going on.
And then, you're going all of it.
I would love to. Hey, if anybody's doing the Cleveland and you need a guest, get a hold of us. We'll go. We'll pay our way.
Eli will go 3 times.
Yes.
Oh my God, I'd love to. Yeah.
Well, I just wonder. I mean, I guess it depends on the individuals, what they set up. But if you take X amount of people and chip in, whatever. I mean, it makes it a lot more. I don't know if you can say affordable, if that's the right word, but what was that one we seen? The Home Experience. What is that? Is it 50,000?
Yeah,
Yeah.
50,000. And lo and behold, the person that did it was Vanilla Ice, of all people, who knew he was such a fan. And again, we talked about this way back when we found out the prices. That's probably the kind of people that are going to buy the Home Experience and can't afford it, or the rich, whether it's other musicians, celebrities, or just people that are, business owners or whatever they are, that have that kind of, to just throw it down,
Yeah.
Well, what if Scott and Charlie had a vault experience at Horror Hound?
Yeah, I bet you they both bought one.
I mean, I could see that happening. Maybe not a Horror Hound, but I could see them doing one for sure
Yeah.
because they're Kiss fans.
We'll have to ask them. We'll have to remember and ask them if they bought a vault, and then try to get them to burn them for us.
Call them up. Call them up. Call the Anthrax hotline. 1-800-GET-ANTHRAX.
But I bet you they bought one. They probably didn't do the Home Experience, but I bet you they bought the vault to do the one that everybody else is doing. And I'm sure. I would assume they're probably going to do like the New York area, because I'm pretty sure that's where they live. So.
Well, I'm waiting for the vault too, is what I'm waiting for.
We'll go with that.
That'll probably happen too.
It probably will.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm sure Gene has enough songs left over. He could do another one.
Yeah.
Maybe not, the scale that this one's turning out to be, but as far as like, who knows? I mean,
we already know at some point we're going to have a Vinnie vault, and I bet you Ace, doing all this stuff with Gene, I bet you he's getting a little itch now, like, maybe I should put together a box set or something. And
he really should put together something, because there's not been a real good representation of his solo material. And, as far as like reissues and stuff, I mean, you've had a little bit here and there, and then all the unreleased stuff, I mean, he's got all kinds of, you would think.
Well, and he's written tons of songs. I mean, hell, just the stuff that's circulating out there in the bootleg world, there's tons of Ace demos on that stuff. And
like the Talk to Me demo, we want to hear that.
yeah,
We really, really do.
there's that band he was in before Kiss, that Molimo or whatever it's called. That demo is out there. Get a better version of that or something. Put that on there. I'm sure it's going to come.
Ace is the place.
I wouldn't be surprised to get another Kiss box set too.
Yeah.
That would, to me, that would be the logical next thing, because
I'd like to have a Wicked Lester box set.
I really do wish that they would do an official release of that on vinyl. Just get it out of the way. People like that album. I know they act like they're embarrassed of that album and all that stuff and don't talk about it. But I would love to have an official release.
They were considering, when they did the CD reissues, not putting The Elder, not re-release, not, doing a remaster of The Elder.
Right.
It's like, why would they even consider not doing that?
Yeah.
Because, and same thing with Wicked Lester. I mean, that's a part of their history, so...
Yeah, you can't pick and choose what the fans like and don't like. Only the fans are going to choose that. And
Right.
look what happened. Again, as time goes on, things become lovable or popular. They become a cult, type thing.
Well, I think they've realized a lot of things that they didn't think would happen originally because they did the last song was I on the Kiss Cruise. It's like I would have never imagined
Yeah.
that they would even do the song, let alone make it like a rock and roll night ending.
I think back when they first started doing the Oath and they heard that reaction, and then they did it again next year and got that reaction. And, maybe even as far back as Unplugged, when they did World Without Heroes, everybody yelled for that.
Yeah.
I think they started realizing, especially on the cruise and stuff, hey, people do like this. So, yeah.
I knew they were disappointed because for certain albums, for certain reasons, so and so was on this one, and that they had a falling out with this guy or that guy, and then album sales was real low on this album, so we don't want to do that anymore. So I understand, the what's in their head, that's tied to it, but at the same time, like you said, the fans are going to decide what they like.
Right.
Yeah.
Because like with Metallica, there's a lot of Metallica fans that don't like Load and Reload.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of Metallica fans that's where they got into Metallica.
Yeah.
So.
Same with Kiss, some people didn't get into them until Sonic Boom or whatever, But then others were there from the beginning or.
Yeah, I think what got me into Kiss was Wicked Lester. I was a big Wicked Lester fan before, and
I was a fan of Lips, so.
Lips, yeah.
Chelsea was kind of my thing,
Yeah.
That Pickle Salty album was good.
Well, the GG I hear you calling, but that's classic. Classic.
I thought it was about Jeff Beck.
Yeah.
No, it's about Beck that does Loser.
As long as he don't Iron Maiden shirt, we're good.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah. So more Vault experiences going on. I'm loving.
So basically, what we're saying is everybody do a box set.
Yes.
Like
yes.
like right now, release it now. Everybody do one, and
Yes.
Everything you got.
Yes. They've probably got plenty of stuff in the vault of Eric Carr because they put out a CD with stuff like that a long time ago. Put out a box set of Eric Carr.
Yeah.
Fox Box.
That one first.
Yes, that's a perfect name.
Fox Box.
And it has like a foxtail hanging off of it.
Yes.
Has like drumsticks, the things you can slide down the side where you can hold your drumsticks.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I'm excited to see the EricCarr.com people at the expo again. I love that table. And knowing that they're, some of them are actual family. They have so many cool items there,
I wish I would have got one of those shirts.
Yeah. I bet you they'll have more this year.
You got one, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. And then when I bought it, she gave me one of those prints for free of that drawing he did of the Rockheads. I was like, oh, sweet. Rolled it up. I think it's still in the closet rolled up because I have nowhere to hang stuff in here. But,
Speaking of Prince, they're saying he was murdered. Did you hear that?
no, I didn't.
There's an investigation about that.
Are they saying someone drugged him? Is that
What I read is the head of his security, they had found there was like all kinds of bottles of opiates at Paisley Park, and 2 of those bottles had that guy's name on it. And Prince's doctor, or the guy that was giving Prince prescriptions, I guess, lied about it and said that I put his name on there to protect Prince's identity or something like that. And then they said that he was lying about it. So it's like, that's sort of some weirdness there.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
They're saying something about his sister and his chef and the head of security had a plan and something. I mean, who knows?
It sounds so, or it's starting to sound so eerily similar to the Michael Jackson thing now. It's weird. The doctor,
I mean, I have a hard time believing totally one way or the other, but some of his band members right after he had passed away had said that he, had been on prescription drugs for years because of his hips, because he didn't believe in surgery because he was Jehovah's Witness or something.
Mm-hmm.
So he was, obviously over a period of time wearing those high heels and jumping off speakers, it was getting to a point where he probably had to take more and more and more. So I could see that just really being the story. And then he did overdose, like not even a month before that, on a plane, and he went to the hospital, and then they flew him home. So,
yeah.
But it's hard telling what really happened.
Yeah.
Well, and then finding out that Tom Petty died of an accidental overdose too. God,
Right.
That pisses me off.
Yeah.
Such a waste.
It is.
Well, the thing that I always thought, the stories I heard about with Prince when he died, is he was afraid of elevators.
Mm-hmm.
And the song "Let's Go Crazy" is written about an elevator, and he was found in an elevator. And I think that's really, it's almost like that could have been planned. I will show you. I mean, if you want to read into it.
Yeah, I mean, never can tell, man. I wouldn't doubt it. You get those so-called friends, all those people that are around you. You think they're all friends or close or even family, and they're just there to find a way to backstab you and try to get your money and whatever else,
Yeah, there was an interview with his cousin on there, and he said I'm not saying that it did happen or didn't happen. He said, but whoever was supposed to be looking out for him wasn't doing their job. It's like,
well, that kind of makes you wonder too. Was that person paid off to not be doing his job and not looking after him? You know what I mean?
It's hard telling, because you have a lot of yes men.
Yeah, like here's a wad of cash. You didn't see anything. I don't know. It's
Ridiculous.
It is.
Well, when people have money, they'll you don't know who's working for you until.
That's what I mean. Like all these big celebrities or musicians, they surround themselves with these entourages, and it's hard to tell which ones were actually there for you or, like I said, trying to get something from you. And then the people that think that killing the person is the best way to do it. I mean, that's the stupidest thing you can do.
Well, yeah, I sincerely think that that's what happened with Michael Jackson.
Yeah. And just like all these people that still rob banks and everything, and they think they're going to get away with it, when are you going to learn? You're not going to get away with it, especially in this day and age.
Right.
So why even bother?
Yeah.
Well, not only is there surveillance and everything like crazy, but isn't like the money in banks doesn't have like that ink thing that explodes or whatever that's called?
Yeah, a lot of times they'll do that, or they'll have that little emergency button under the thing that they'll kind of secretly push. But anymore, all these people are dumb enough, like they'll show it right on the news, like from the surveillance video, and that person's face is exposed. I mean,
right.
Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah. I was just talking about that with the boss last night, because she was telling me how many managers have been fired for stealing money out of the end of the day deposit. Jeez. It's like, man, not only are there, like you guys are saying, there's cameras everywhere. They see your face, they see everything you do, but then the totals that money is supposed to be is recorded in several different places. When you take it to the bank the next day and $300 has gone out of it, somebody's going to be like, where did that go? So like, why would you even bother?
Yes. It's just ridiculous. And then, there's this such thing as fingerprints too, and they don't even bother trying to, they're just grabbing stuff. They don't care. I mean, I don't know. It's dumb.
Well, you've seen that show on, I don't know if it's True TV or whatever. I don't know if it's still on, something about world's stupidest criminals or whatever.
It's like, yeah.
Stuff that they try. It's like, really? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Every one of them, they think they're going to be the one that like cracks the system and gets away with it, and you know, all this crap. I mean, give it a break, you know. But I guess to try to veer back to our subject, um,
Well, Prince had a song called Kiss. There you go.
Perfect tie-in. Wait a minute, this isn't a Prince podcast?
well, shit.
What am I doing?
Matter of fact, I was going through like video clips last night, and ended up watching Sharon Jones' live performance, and it just so happened that Prince came out and was playing with her too, and I never knew that they had jammed together, and it was pretty sweet. And now to think that they're both gone too, it's like, damn.
Well, have you seen that clip online where it's Michael Jackson, James Brown, and Prince?
Oh yeah,
And I was thinking the other day, it's like, okay, they're all gone.
yeah.
And that one where Tom Petty was on there with Prince, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
Oh
or whatever.
yeah, yeah. They played that thing all the time after Prince died because that was like one of his best guitar performances. And now look, Tom Petty's gone now too. It's like, jeez. Ugh,
No one gets out of this world alive.
no. That's just when it happens, you know, when they're still fairly young, you know. And
Well, you know why they put a fence around a graveyard, right?
why?
Because people are dying to get in.
Ah,
Well, I know why they put a gate around Dwayne Allman and Barry Oakley's grave, because people kept laying on the tombs and writing stuff on it and leaving things, and they didn't want that to happen.
I'm surprised you didn't get arrested when you did that.
And they'll probably do that with Greg's now too.
Are they all buried in different places? Do you know?
No, Dwayne and Barry's in that plot, and there's steps that you kind of walk down to get to it and all. Well, right on the other side of the steps is where Greg is buried. And last I've seen pictures, it was, you know, it was fairly a fresh grave, and there was a ton of stuff people were leaving on it and everything. But I'm sure eventually they're going to put, you know, some sort of gate around it, or, you know, more, you know, plaques, things like that. I don't know. I want to get back down there at some point off the subject.
Going back to the box set thing, do they have a box set, or they have probably more than one box set?
They have one called Dreams. It's I think it's like nine CDs. I have it on vinyl.
I was going to say, isn't that the one you got on vinyl at the record show?
Mm-hmm. They have the box set, and then they put out a Dwayne Allman box set too, with all the different session work that he did, and, you know, of course it has some of the Allman Brothers stuff and a few things like that. But it's really good too. I mean, he did so many sessions. Like I've sort of been trying to get all that stuff on vinyl, like, and I do have a decent amount, but there's a lot of them that I've looked up and they're just like rare and they're expensive. Like some of these like blues artists or things like that he jammed with. And
So, what brings you guys here?
Keith, that's the name.
It
Keith.
says that right back there on your shelf.
The may looking thing. Keith. If rock's your game, it's Keith.
crazy commercial.
It says they finally decided to come clean and show their faces in public without the weird makeup, which became their trademark.
And it even flat out says they've decided to take it off for their new album, Lick It Up, and it's like, but Ace hasn't been in the band for a minute at that point, so like,
you know, it's like, I'm not sure, you know, back then, but it's like, is it really that hard to tell which one is which, you know, without the makeup? I mean,
Even just matching hairstyles right off the bat, confusing Ethan, Eric.
Right.
Like, come on.
Yeah, I think the hardest one with makeup to try to see what his face looks like would be Gene.
Yeah.
But even though, like you said, I mean, you can see the hair, say the time around 82 or 83, I mean, you would know. I mean, I know without makeup he's not got a ponytail, but still.
And then they put Ace on there instead of Vinny.
But, yeah. What in the world?
No Peter either.
Well, like you said the other day, we've never seen them together.
That is true. Well, actually, I guess everyone knew what Peter looked like by that point, but
That's true.
maybe Ace too, but or maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, Ace
Either.
and Vinny, I don't think they've ever really hung out, as far as I know.
That would be interesting.
I know. I mean, Vinny speaks well of him. He doesn't, seem to not like him or anything, and obviously, being the guy that took his spot, I mean, you pretty much have to respect the guy.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if there was anything to it, by not playing the solos that Ace played, but I don't know.
That's a little strange, yeah.
Maybe they were just so mad at Ace at the time for leaving, they just told Vinny, play what you want to play on them solos, forget the original.
Yeah.
Well, if you see a lot of the interviews from like the Creatures of the Night, Paul and Gene both are saying, well, even Ace, when he was still in the band, they were just saying, well, we're a heavy metal band. We're heavy metal. We're heavy metal. It's like, I don't remember them ever saying anything like that before. So it's almost like once they got Vinny, it's almost like that was like, okay, we have to sound like this because that's what heavy metal is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
because they had to, because the Elder was not anything like that, so they had to go the opposite direction in their mind. That's what they had to do.
Creatures was the closest thing to heavy metal that they've done their whole career, pretty much.
Right. And Paul says, well, that's all we've really been. We've always been a heavy metal band. I'm thinking, really?
Yeah.
And like, from when?
It's like in the 70s, like, okay, the first two albums I could see that could kind of be considered heavy metal for its time, 74, kind of. But like I say, other than that, it was like Creatures, and then probably, Lick It Up's kind of, like the 80s metal, Animalize, and then Not Till Revenge are probably the only like metal type albums that I would consider.
Yeah.
And say, which is their country album?
Yes.
What would be the closest album country? I don't know. Let's see. That's a hard one.
I don't know, maybe Peter's solo album.
Yeah, probably.
That might be as close as you're going to get.
Yeah, probably.
Or Asshole.
No, that's a masterpiece.
I always did like the title track from that album, I'll admit. And just because the song's funny more than anything.
Yeah, I like the title track. Just because that's the only one I remember the lyrics to.
Right.
But he doesn't like Talk to Me.
Nope. Nope.
There's something wrong with that boy.
If Gene sung Talk to Me, maybe it'd be better.
It's the chorus, I think. That's the only part of the song that it just annoys me, I think is what it is.
Maybe Eric should have sang that song.
There you go.
He might have on the, initially, since he did Shandy.
Yeah.
Or the demo or whatever. I just wonder if when they did the shows at the Coventry or that early on, wonder if Gene had set his hair on fire in any of those shows.
Makes you wonder.
Because I know he was doing that pretty frequent back then.
I know in that Alive Forever book, it lists all the shows that he set his hair on fire. So I wonder if that
what's
is one.
listed if in that Coventry for that in that book. Does it go into detail about specifics and how many shows they did at the Coventry?
I believe so.
I have it, but mine's over there. I figured yours is probably closer.
Well, mine actually fell behind my other desk over here, so let me grab it. And I'll probably knock everything else over as I'm doing it.
There's that noise.
I don't know. That sounds like an audio problem.
It does.
The audio was making a lot of noise when you got up. It was
Really?
like ticking. It was like a ticking a little bit. So I don't know if
Wonder-
something came loose or what.
I don't know. I mean, I'm loose. I know that.
Everybody knows that.
Let's see. Gigs where Gene set himself on fire. December 31st, 1973, New York, New York. Well, the first one they listed is the one that's today's anniversary, January 30th, 73, 2 sets, no opening act.
You sure Iron Maiden didn't open?
Says this was Kiss's debut show, a poster-sized portrait of their first official photo session taken in the stairwell outside their rehearsal loft, which was that.
Oh, okay.
Was displayed in the entryway of the venue. Kiss's performance was the first at the newly named Coventry, which had previously been called the
Popcorn Club.
Yes. For a band that became renowned the world over for its garish, ridiculous appearance, Kiss's attire for their first concert was simply put dull. Of the four, only Gene wore makeup that even hinted at what was to come, with white pancake covering his face and black grease paint smudged formlessly around his eyes. Peter wore a small amount of rouge, and neither Paul nor Ace wore any makeup whatsoever. The band's clothing was very pedestrian as well. Gene wore bell-bottoms and a sailor suit top. Ace wore jeans and a shirt, as did Paul, who included a dark sports jacket in the ensemble. A handful of Polaroids from one of the first Coventry shows exists and was sold at a June 2000 auction.
How much did you pay for those when you got them?
And, you know, a lot of people have seen these photos, but that's from the 5th show they've ever done. So, kind of the same idea of...
I always thought Gene looked like a little kid in that picture,
Yeah,
like on Halloween or something.
it's so crazy. Like, I don't know, like, you look at the old photos and videos of Gene in the 70s, and it's just like, looking at him today, it's like, it's hard for me to, like, that's the same person? Like,
Yeah.
like, I keep trying to imagine that.
Well, that's why I've always wished that Nick would put on the makeup just once,
That would be cool.
because that's what Gene looked like when he was young, more than
Yeah.
likely.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, Sophie looked pretty good in it, too, so I can imagine what Nick would look like.
Yeah.
But he probably
Nick
never will.
He has the tongue,
Yeah.
so
And he don't even need the boots. He's got the height.
yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I mean, I say he'll probably never do it, and then, you know, yeah, there's always a chance somewhere down the road, but as of now, I don't think he'll do it anytime because he's...
Never say never. There was a lot of nevers we were saying in the
Exactly. Exactly. And, you know, I know he's trying to stay clear of, you know, his dad's career and kind of do his own thing. You know, understandable. That's what a lot of the kids do, you know, of the rock stars. But you can't deny it. I mean, like I've said before, that song he does on Bruce's new album is just amazing. His vocals are killer on that.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's not afraid to speak his mind, so. But, you know, he obviously still supports his dad, so it's nothing like that. But
Well, I just wonder, since didn't you say Evan left the dive? So
yeah,
what his plans are?
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
kind of curious to find out. Like, I don't know if maybe him and Nick are going to try to do something together, or maybe he just wants to do something on his own.
Because they were on the Kiss cruise this past time, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah. And so yeah, hard telling what Evan's going to do. I haven't heard anything lately, unless I missed it. But I know Paul just the other day was he posted a picture where he was signing a bunch of prints of his art. So I guess he was going to be doing some art show coming up and selling autographed prints. Also, not to mention, or not to forget, with Paul, they had the big NAMM show over the weekend. He was there promoting. You know, he's been with Ibanez for 40 years now. Had his new guitars there. You know, spoke a little bit, signing autographs, all that stuff. You know, it was being real cool. So, I did send him a tweet. I'm sure it won't get answered, but I asked him if there was a chance that he'll be at the Indie Expo. But the chances of him answering me, we'll see. But I doubt it.
You'll probably get blocked.
Yeah, for asking that. Like, damn it. I'm going to be blocked by every member of KISS, past and present, for no reason.
You should go to Eddie Trunk's Twitter and have Eddie Trunk ask him.
I should ask Eddie Trunk if he's going to be at the Indie Expo.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be cool. I would doubt that'd be the case, but that'd be cool.
Yeah. No, I just hope that it brings, like, a bunch of the podcasts. I hope they decide to come to this, too, like they did the Atlanta thing. I think that'd be cool.
I want to answer every question with the same answer. So I'm bound to get at least one right.
Okay. So again, none of these are multiple choice. I came up with 14, and then the rest are going to come off my trusty trivia game cards. All right. You guys ready? And Luke goes first, right? You won last week. Okay, question number 1. In the movie Detroit Rock City, what was the name of the fictional band?
Oh, man.
Did they have a name?
Yes.
Yep. No, I got nothing. It's been since it was years ago that I watched that.
Branton, you want to try it?
The only thing that comes to mind is the Evil Kiss.
Mm-mm.
Huh. I don't know.
Detroit Rock City, not Kiss Meets the Phantom.
Oh. Which one? The one the boys had?
Yes.
It was Mystery.
There you go.
Might help if I list, huh?
What? No.
Yes.
Well, my teachers used to say, and they wrote it on my grade cards, does not listen, talks too much in class.
Ooh.
So, I haven't changed.
All right, Brandon, question 2. In the movie Detroit Rock City, when Peter Criss throws his stick to the crowd, which one of the guys catches it?
The drummer, the blonde guy.
What's his name?
Pikachu. I don't know. Forgot.
I mean, you're technically right, but I was looking for the name of the character. So,
Oh.
Luke, do you have any idea?
Nope.
I guess I'll give it to you, since you did say the drummer. His name was Jam.
Jam. Yeah, I totally forgot their names. I don't even know your guys' name. I don't even know my name. Oh, I'm Bruce Dickinson. I forgot.
Yes.
Mark Slaughter.
The
Mark
Bruce
Slaughter.
Dickinson. Luke, question 3. On the reunion tour, they started a leg called the Lost Cities Tour. Where did the first show on the Lost Cities Tour take place?
Oh, crap.
I know that. It's on the leg.
Oh, man. I know what that was, but I don't have any idea what city they had in it. No, I got nothing.
Brandon, you want to take a stab?
Saskatchewan?
Nope.
Ah,
Correct answer is New Haven, Connecticut.
I was
Oh,
close.
man.
Or New Halen, Connecticut.
That's what I was going to say. Type without a net.
There you go. Still 2-0 already, so see what happens. Brenton, question 4. When was Psycho Circus released? I need the date.
It was released on the day of its release. Was
The Sabbath.
1998. 1998. I know that much. It was one of the months in the year and one of the days of that month.
Well, let's see. You have 12 choices for the month. And what? 28 days for the day.
Well-
you said this wasn't multiple choice.
True. It's more like take a stab and see if it sticks.
Well, it depends on how sharp your knife is.
It's kind of sharp. So.
Well, let's see. February 14, 1998.
No. Luke?
All right. How about February 23rd?
No. September 22nd, 1998.
We were so close.
Yet so far away. Luke, question 5. An official Elder comic was printed in what official Kiss magazine?
Is there a Kiss Meets the magazine?
No.
Uh,
Brandon?
So it's the name of just that magazine, or it's a magazine's name? I know that doesn't really help me, but
It's one of the official Kiss magazines that's been released through the years. And they printed that inside of it.
I probably have that too, but nothing comes to mind. Kiss the magazine, I don't know.
No, it'd be the Psycho Circus Tour magazine. The official one. Okay, Luke, question 6, correct? Or was it Brandon?
I think it's Brant.
I just got lost. Alright, Brandon, question 6. What was the first single released from the debut album? I want the A and B side.
The first single, the A and B, awesome. Nothing to Lose
That's one.
was the single, the A side,
Mhm.
and the B side was Love Theme from Kiss.
Correct.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Shot in the dark.
Shot in the dark.
That was the first single from Ultimate Sin, and the B side was I have no idea.
Luke! Question
Oh,
7. Which Kiss album was the first to be shipped platinum?
Mm-hmm. The first to be shipped platinum. I'm going to say that was Destroyer.
Incorrect. Branton, you want to take a shot?
Let's see. I was going to say Wicked Lester, but I don't think that's right. You would think it would be Destroyer, wouldn't you?
Right. I might have Eli'd myself here.
Let's see. Shipped platinum. Love Gun.
Correct.
Really?
I knew it.
See, I was going to say the solo albums, but I think they thought they were going to do better than they actually did. I don't know if they were shipped platinum or not.
Well, they actually did, but Love Gun was the first.
But Love Gun was first, yeah.
Which, by the way, that means 1 million units were sold before they were even finished recording the album.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wonder if that's happened to any other group.
Maybe the Beatles, I don't know.
I mean, how would you even be able to do that if the album's not even out, I wonder?
some
Did
sort
they
of.
had orders from record stores? Ordered them? Or,
It's basically like a pre-order, I guess, in a way. I mean, for all the stores and whatever else.
that's crazy.
It was probably more the places that were going to sell the album buying copies of it than customers buying,
Right.
Yeah. which is not how today's world works.
It's almost the opposite of that, really.
Yeah.
So the score is 4-0. Question 8 for Branton. True or false? Dynasty has been certified platinum.
True.
Correct.
Because I think the only gold album, well, at this point I'm not sure, but isn't gold first and then platinum after that, or is it the other way around?
Yeah, gold's first. Platinum, double platinum. Is there a triple?
I'm not sure.
Because I'm not.
Well, the Kissologies were quadruple platinum.
Okay.
All right, then.
But,
So I'm not sure how many it takes to get to diamond.
well, Gene had just recently said on one of the Vault experiences that they're the #1 gold record band of all time. He said of all time. He didn't say behind the Beatles this time. He said of all time.
American bands they are.
Yeah.
But
so
not-
I don't know. So that means that he's counting every record that went gold and platinum.
Yeah.
I would
Because
think.
technically it would have went well. I mean, because like with Love Gun, it was platinum before it even came out. So does that technically mean that it was gold since it had to be gold before it was platinum? I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Because I think, was it Creatures of the Night or The Elder, one of them, for the longest time was gold status, or it took a while to get to gold status. I'm
think-
sure by now it's probably platinum just because everybody's bought it and bought it and bought it, reissues and
Right.
vinyl and everything.
Right. I want to say it was Creatures that was probably.
I wonder if there's a place you could look all that up.
I'm sure you could.
Oh, yeah.
So
Gotta be-
I was just thinking that myself. Like, what is there any albums that are diamond? I'm sure there are, but probably not that many.
Right.
All right, question 9. We're on Luke.
Yep.
What was unique about the Japanese pressing of Elder?
Ooh, I knew this one. Actually, I can think of two things because the album cover was different, and
Yeah.
also they changed the track listing around, didn't they?
Correct. Another answer I would have accepted is it has a different mix also.
Does it really?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how different.
If I'm not mistaken, Gino has the Japanese vinyl of Elder. He brought it to
Oh.
practice at one time.
That's right.
Now I'm going to have to get it from him.
Yeah, if there's a way to rip it, I mean, it might actually be on YouTube. I don't know. Never even knew there was such a thing.
That's true too, because I would imagine the Japanese CD is probably the same, thing.
You'd think.
Yeah. Okay. Question
Well,
10. Huh?
not to interrupt, but you know how they did the Viva Elvis and then Love with the Beatles?
Yeah.
I think they should do a Kiss album. Somebody should do a Kiss album like that, rather than just be the Elder or just like a variation of their songs. I think that'd be great. I'd buy that in a second.
That would be cool. It's kind of like a big long mashup or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love that.
That would be sweet.
Yeah.
How hard would that be to do on just a regular computer with, like, I don't know what programs do that. But
I mean, you wouldn't be able to make a real good one if you didn't have like instrumental tracks, because some of that.
because you want it to be really smooth
Yeah.
together,
hmm
faded together really smooth.
I mean, you could piece little parts of instrumental sections, together, this and that.
Because,
But,
like, have you heard the Elvis one?
I don't think I've
That's
heard
it.
that one.
It's more like most of those songs are like reimagined. They're like remixed
Yeah.
and had different elements like drum tracks added or this or that. And then the Beatles one, of course,
I
there's
love
like
that one.
snippets of all their songs
Yeah.
in the songs. It's like, yeah, it's really good. I
Yeah,
like it a
I
lot.
love that Beatles one. Matter of fact, there was one for Michael Jackson too that they did the same type of thing.
Is that Blood on the Dance Floor?
No.
Is that the name?
I forget what it's called now. I've got it digitally, but
How long ago was that released, or was it released?
I'd say within the last 5 years, maybe.
Really?
But
Kiss would be great.
well, they kind of did that with the Beatles, where they would put the lyrics from another song on the music to another song, and it went. I'm curious with Kiss. Like, I want to know what songs would go together like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you think would be the best person to put that together?
Probably
Like-
Ezrin or Eddie Kramer, maybe.
Yeah, Bob Ezrin. I was going to say.
I'd like to hear the lyrics to Beth over the music to God of Thunder.
Well, it's funny you say that because I hear that in my head all the time. Like right now, it's playing on a constant loop.
Having heard that though, it occurs to me. I bet just about anything that Bob Ezrin couldn't do that.
Oh, yeah.
Especially to the records that he produced, he would think, I am not tearing this apart like that. That's an insult to everything I've ever done. I
Yeah.
feel like that's the attitude he'd have about it.
I
Now,
can see.
so I'm probably wrong, but who did the Resurrected Destroyer though?
He did. But it was
So-
just X.
But then Peter wasn't happy with it though, because
Right.
of the way the drums ended up sounding. So I don't know. I mean, I'm right there with you. I'd love to hear something like that with Kiss.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because out of all the tribute albums that other bands have put together, there's nothing like that even in a tribute album.
No. I've heard like a couple like Kiss mixes, but it's literally, just that type of thing where it's like little snippets of each song that kind of, but it's not that type of thing where it's like a mashup, and that's what I would like to hear. Now I'm on to search because there may be some out there.
Something that I did, which is not really the same thing. I did this on a cassette one time. I took a lot of the Paul raps from different concerts that I had, and then I put songs, like the studio version of the song, like that song or something else that they wasn't doing, and made the set like that. I wish I could find that. I don't know if I even still have that. But it wasn't great, but it was listenable.
That's pretty cool. I actually have an audio file. It's 45 minutes long, and it's nothing but Paul Stanley stage raps. No music in it. It's just all him talking.
I have that Elvis record where Elvis did that.
Mm.
Just called "Having Fun on Stage with Elvis," and there's no music. It's just all him doing that stuff.
Good stuff. Gonna have to look for that. So let's see. We're at question 10. Branton. Okay. By the time that they started the Lick It Up tour, what was Kiss being billed as?
Being billed as? You mean as far as what they were like on the posters for the concert, or what?
Yeah.
Nothing comes to mind. Let's see. What does the Ace Frehley Band want to play now? I have no idea.
Okay. Luke, you want to take a shot?
I know I've seen this before, but I sure can't think of the exact wording. Shoot. No, I got nothing.
Okay. You guys are going to hate yourselves.
Yeah.
So what do they say now?
Unmasked for reals.
What do they
Unmasked for reals.
what do they bill them as for now? What do they say at the intro?
Hottest band in the world.
So at the Lick It Up tour, it was the loudest band in the world.
I kept thinking the hottest band in the world, and I'm like, no, it wouldn't be that obvious.
Yeah. All right. Luke, question 11. What label did Kiss sign with in 1989?
Mercury, right?
Correct. Mercury polygram.
I thought it was Venus.
It was Uranus.
It wasn't mine, it was yours.
Okay, Brenton, question 12. Name 2 well-known guitarists that have jammed on stage with Kiss.
Phil Collin and Joe Perry.
Correct.
Was there any more?
Those were the 2 I was looking for. That's all I could think of, really, to be honest.
I can't think of anyone else right off.
Okay, Luke, lucky 13. In the 70s, Gene used to wear a unique ring. What was on it?
It was the skull, wasn't it?
Incorrect. Branton?
Was it a spider?
Correct.
Oh, yes. I can picture that now to say it.
I wonder if he still has that. I bet he
I
does.
wonder if it's in any of the vaults.
Yeah.
That would
Now,
be
see,
sweet.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
I'd like to have that.
Yes.
And I don't even like spiders.
Okay, Branton, question 14. Who once said in the 70s, if he ever went on stage without makeup, all the girls would mob him?
Who said that?
Mhm.
Robin Williams.
No.
Oh. I don't know.
Luke?
You said it was in the 70s?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's something Gene would have said. I'm gonna guess Peter, though.
Incorrect. It was Paul.
Ah,
Mary. Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Paul said it about someone, or someone said it about Paul?
No, this was in the 70s. They asked him about, would you play without makeup? And he's like, if I ever went on stage without makeup, the girls would mob me because I'm so sexy or, whatever. And I don't recall that happening when they played without makeup, do you?
no.
Okay, now we're switching over to my cards. So this will be question 15 for
It was me.
Luke. Okay. Which member of KISS has a BA degree in education?
Gene.
Correct. Okay, Branton. What is Ace Frehley's older brother's name?
Ace Frehley Jr.
Oh, they had the junior first.
Curly.
That's what I was going to say as a joke.
I don't
Incorrect.
know.
Luke, you want to take a shot?
Oh, I don't know this at all, but I'm gonna shot in the dark and say George.
Kind of close in a way. It's Charlie.
Ah,
I know Liberace's brother was named George, but that
Yeah.
wasn't the question, was it?
Peter Criss is named George.
that's true.
Okay. Luke, which member of KISS played in a band called the Muff Divers?
I'm gonna say Ace.
Correct. Okay, Branton. Question 18. What are the 4 people on the cover of Kiss My Ass doing?
Well, it looks like they're praying
Correct.
a new makeup design.
Okay, Luke. Name the 24th Kiss album that went to gold status.
Oh, jeez. The 24th Kiss album that went to gold. So I guess that kind of answers the question from earlier about whether they go gold first and then.
So is this like in chronological order, 24 in chronological order? Or just
It technically would be, I think.
I think.
'Cause-
Well, maybe the first three wouldn't be first.
True.
Would they go gold? But still, I'm sure that it's going to be one of the later ones.
And this is like entire discography. So.
Exactly, not just regular old studio albums.
So I have a question. I wonder if this is probably a stupid question, but greatest hits, does that gold and platinum as well?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
The 24th Kiss album to go gold. Yeah, I'm gonna. How about You Wanted the Best?
Close, not it. Brand new
It's
album.
it's Bruno Mars 24 Karat. No, let's see. Hot in the Shade.
Nope, the answer is Kiss My Ass.
Ah,
No, Kiss Mine. See, that's funny because I don't consider that a Kiss album, but they do consider that in the discography,
Right.
which is funny to me.
yep, I'm not sure I would have even considered that one when I was thinking about it.
Right.
Okay, question 20. Branton, right? Name the Kiss album that has cartoon characters of Kiss on the cover.
The Scooby-Doo soundtrack. Unmasked.
Yep.
I still think they stink.
Final score 9-4. Branton retains.
You know, when we brought up the idea of doing trivia, my first thought definitely wasn't, well, I'm going to suck at that.
Well, I feel like that I've missed more than I've got right. Really.
Had to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't won one yet, except for last week, and technically Eli let me have it. So,
Well, maybe I'll let you have it next week. No, we'll see. Or no, it's me and Branton next week.
Are we still talking about trivia?
yes.
No.
And I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I do enjoy asking the questions too. I do like coming up with them. So I'm totally losing. Yeah.
That's why I wanted to lose. I was like, I want to ask some questions. Like, I got some in mind. Coming up with stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man. So, just to recap. Hey, if anyone out there watches this and you were at the very first Kiss show, please contact us. We would love to talk to you. That would be awesome. Not sure if I've ever heard of anyone that was at one of those shows speak about it.
Oh, was that the last question?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought we were still doing trivia.
Oh, I can keep going if you want.
Well, whenever it is that I get to ask the questions again, just because this is stupid of me and me being me, of course, none of them are going to be Kiss related.
That's actually a good idea.
That's good.
So yeah, contact us. Let's see. Yeah, again, anyone that's going to the Cleveland Vault, get a hold of us. We'd love to tag along. We'll pay our way. We'll give you gas, man.
I'd have to go to the bank first, but
Yeah.
we can't hold up a bank. We already covered that, so I have to do it the legal way.
Sometimes Branton will offer other services for the ride, but don't accept it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either if I were you.
All right, everyone. So we're going to get out of here. And thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. We have picked up a few subscribers, I've noticed, so we appreciate that. Keep spreading the word. Share. Subscribe. Like the Facebook page. You know. And again, we love the interaction. Leave comments, please. We want to talk to you guys. Or, hey, if we did a listener submitted topic idea once. Hey, if any other listeners have a topic idea that they would like us to do, let us know. We'll do it. So,
Or if you want to come on the show as a Kiss fan.
That too. Anyone's welcome. We do have a pretty big guest in the works. Not gonna say nothing about it yet, but it would be, basically our first, heavy hitter type of guest, if you will. So we're excited to hear.
It's
Huh?
Eric Carr, St. John, I think. That's who it is, right? Either
Yes.
Eric Carr or Mark St. John. Oh, it's
It-
going to be one of them.
It is.
He's trying to fool us, but he can't.
Damn
I mean, it might be a hologram, but it's all that matters.
or it may just be in makeup. Me
We
in
could have
makeup.
we could have the Dio hologram on.
I'd rather have the Easy E or Tupac.
Just have them all on at once.
Do like We Are the World with us singing with a bunch of the holograms.
We are the holograms. We are the
Yes.
children.
For no reason, we need a Bruce Springsteen hologram.
Yeah,
Just
that
to
would
have it.
be for no reason. Absolutely.
Put him in an Ice Shirt t-shirt.
Oh, God. All right, people. We're out of here. Thanks for watching.